We are in the second hour of the mid-morning buzz for today, Thursday, the 5th of March, 2020. How's your Thursday going? Trust is good. And if it's not, it's going to get better. We'd like to say welcome to those of you joining us on television and on the social platforms. And of course, you, the radio listeners, you are continuing on with us. I am Brenda. And we have the next 45 or so minutes together. And we have some special folks with us. Yes. I'd like to say good morning to the Campus Crusade for Christ, or crew. And they are from Barbados. Our guest this morning is Jewett Cox and Radhika Anderson. And they are the crew, or the Campus Crusade for Christ. They are an international, interdenominational movement of believers committed to help fulfill the Great Commission. It can be found in over 191 countries. And of course, they are going to be here. They're here to lay the groundwork for a special event that they're doing in May, June of this year here on Grenada. They'll be hosting a training on digital evangelistic tools and that they use called the Jesus Film app. So it is quite a pleasure to have these young ladies from the land of the flying fish here with us. Good morning.
Good morning. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah. It is awesome. Like, we all got a memo. It's black today.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. Right. So tell us a little bit about Campus Crusade for Christ. What do you do? See that you're in 191 countries. So basically, what do you do and what mission are you driven by?
Okay, so as you mentioned before, Campus Crusade for Christ is an international, interdenominational organization, a movement of persons that are committed to helping to fulfill the Great Commission. So our vision is that we want to see persons all over the world that are passionate about sharing their faith, so that everyone will know someone who is truly a follower of Christ. Now, the movement began in 1951 by Bill and Vonette Bright. They started it on the UCLA campus in Los Angeles. Now, they started it as a campus ministry, and now it has grown to many different ministries that reach far across just campus, but we have things such as Athletes in Action and Leader Impact, Digital Strategies. Now, the movement in Barbados began in 2003. It was established officially in 2004, and we were started as a campus ministry. But now we have other ministries such as Family Life that seeks to do ministry within the family. We also have Digital Strategies that seek to use digital tools and helping persons to share their faith, to do evangelism and discipleship through social media. And we also have Leader Impact. Now, this would have started from the Campus Crusade for Christ alumni, but they're seeking to do now ministry in the workplace, in the marketplace, so that persons who are professionals can use the tools that they would have learned probably at campus in their workspace. And those are the ministry that we have in Barbados currently. Yeah.
Okay. You meant in here it says that your movement of believers committed to fulfill the Great Commission. What is the Great Commission?
So basically, the Great Commission stems from Matthew 28, verse 18 to 20. And it's from these verses that we go out to all the nations, as the verse says to believers, to go to all nations and to basically share the gospel with persons and teach these persons the things of Christ. And so it's with following after that we seek to go out and be obedient to that command given.
Okay, wonderful. So you're laying the groundwork for something special you're coming to do in May and June of this year.
Yes.
And it is called Training and Digital Evangelistic Tool.
Yes.
So tell us some more about that.
Okay, so the tool that we're looking to come and to share here in Grenada is called the Jesus Film Project app tool. It's a tool that was established in 2012 by the Jesus Film Project. That's a ministry that falls under Cru. And even before 2012, they would have created a film called the Jesus Film, in which they would have gone to countries across the world showing this film. And the website reports that over 490 million persons have come to Christ since watching the Jesus Film. And now, in 2012, when they put together that app, what they sought to do was to place the Jesus Film along with short videos and mini-series in the hands of regular, everyday persons, where they can go and share their faith without having to go and maybe purchase the Jesus Film. And so here in May, June, specifically May the 30th, what we'll be looking to do is to train persons in how they can utilize that app to help share their faith with others and bring persons to the knowledge of Christ. Yeah.
All right. So how are you gonna roll that out? Folks have to register. Where is it going to be held? What sort of modality? What form is it going to take?
So we're going to be having an in-person training here in Grenada. It's going to be held at the Gateway Assembly. Okay. The start time is 9 o'clock, and it'll be a day-long training. We want that persons are able to get there as early as 8:30, so we can start at 9 o'clock prompt. Okay. But we're also going to be providing food, because we know it's a day-long training, and we don't want that persons just come and give up their time and they're not fed or nourished beyond what we're going to be sharing through the Jesus Film. Outside of that, to register, what you can do is go on eventbrite.com. That's EVENTBRITE, and all you need to do is to type in Jesus Film and it will pop up. And you can go there, you can register. If you are not too familiar with going online, we'll have registration forms at the Grenada Institute for Theological Education, and you can pick up a form from there.
Okay. And who are you targeting for this training or seminar? What's your main target audience?
Well, anyone who has a cell phone or any mobile device can come. We don't want to limit to a particular age range per se. Once you have a cellular phone, a tablet, any mobile device that is able to download the app, you can come to this training, and you're willing to, use the technology within your hand to be able to start spiritual conversations with persons anywhere, on the bus, in the airport, like wherever you will go, so that you can share your faith with them and let them know about, the God that loves them and wants them to come to know Him. I just wanted to add to what Radhika said. There will be a registration cost to the training. It's only 10 EC, a small cost of 10 EC.
A small cost of 10 EC. So after you all trained up, I'd say your objective is to train everyone to, be savvy on this app, and so after that is done, what is the goal? What's the hope? What's going to happen? So I come and I get trained. I now have the app on my devices, and I am more au fait with what am I supposed to do with the knowledge I gained?
Okay,
the best case scenario.
So what we hope to accomplish is to allow persons the freedom of going and sharing their faith. So giving them a bit of confidence to go and share their faith, probably beyond maybe inviting someone to church, like being bold enough to go and to start that conversation with persons. So when you come to the training, what it will do is empower you to be able to go in confidence and share your faith with persons.
Okay.
As well as train others, because we want to see multiplying disciples. So the information that you would have gathered, we will let you to go and share it with others, and so that they can know how to use the tool as well.
Right. Why did this become necessary? Or why did you think in your head, okay, this can work? Is it because of how, the demographic, especially, young people, that they interact more with technology? Yeah. So you seem to think that you find more interest from them there?
Well, for one thing, we're fairly young, and
I can tell.
yeah, and we've seen the benefit of having the Jesus Film on our phones to be able to go and share. We have other tools as a ministry that we would utilize as we go and share faith, but sometimes you don't have those tools on your on you, and you want the opportunity to go and share with someone. You have your phone on you, right? And so having this app just allows you to go and to start that conversation. And the app itself, it's just a conversation starter. But you yourself then afterwards you continue the conversation, but what it is kind of like a bridge. And so for young persons who might be nervous, and even older persons who might want to share their faith and they have the smartphone on them, they can go ahead and they can share their faith as well.
Even as you engage with church more and more, you're seeing people coming in with their devices.
Yes.
Picking up their Bible on the song book, the songs on the devices. So I guess it's just another tool to enrich the armory of communication that we have.
Yes.
Not just for things of the world, but of the Spirit and of the message of God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kudos on that.
Thank you.
All right. So just a reminder again, I'm sure you're going to be back just before, because we're in March. I'm sure we're going to see you again closer to the time, just to reinforce. But just to remind folks what they can start doing now as you prepare for this event in May, June.
Okay, they can register on eventbrite.com. As Radhika would have said, just go to the website and search for Jesus Film Training, and it should come up. I believe you said that if they go to Gateway...
Yes, if you Google Gateway Assembly, they generally show some information to the right about the organization.
Okay.
If you look underneath the information there, they show also the events that organization is having, and you'll be able to pick up the link from there as well.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful.
And then lastly, the also registration forms will be at the Grenada Institute for Theological Education. So that's one other place.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, ladies.
Yes, thank
you. Is
you.
this your first time in Grenada?
And my second time.
It's your second time?
It is my first time to the Island of Spice.
Well, you make sure to the Isle of Spice and chocolate and sugar, where everything is nice.
Yes.
All right. So take our regards back to your land.
Will do.
Of course. I don't know how much prime fish you're catching these days.
Not that much.
I know. Time may change on overfishing. But that's okay. Take our love back. And thank you for coming across to do this.
Thank you.
And best wishes to you both and to your organization as you continue to do this work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we've been speaking with Jewett Cox and Radhika Anderson, and of course they are from an organization called Campus Crusade for Christ, or CRU, from Barbados. Well, they are part of an organization of 191 countries are involved, and there's going to be they're hosting a training here in Grenada at the Gateway Assembly down at Point Salines, and that's going to be on the 30th of May. So May, June, that'll be happening. So go out and get your go and register. It's only $10 to register as we up the ante and how we have our conversations about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It is 27 minutes gone past 11 o'clock. We take a break. When we come back, we're talking to the folks from Heritage Theatre Company.
Waiting to just burst out. That youthful vibe. Or are you a classic? You love the old school, but you still know how to keep it relevant. Kinda like a retro mix. Nah? Hey, maybe you're just refined. A fine, classy, chic piece of refined elegance. No matter who you are, Sissons has that outside color to match that inside feeling. Visit any of our retail or distribution outlets and ask for our tropical modern color collection. Sissons, good looks that last.
The Grenada Airports Authority wishes to advise the general public that the flying of kites within the vicinity of the airport is prohibited. Prohibited areas include, but not limited to, Caliste, Frequency, Fort Judy, St. Paul's, Mount Parnassus, and Mount Morris, and the vicinity of Lauriston Airport in Carriacou. Flying of kites poses serious threat to aircraft safety, as kites can be easily ingested into aircraft engines or become entangled in aircraft propellers, resulting in engine failure with tragic consequences to aircraft passengers and persons on the ground. The Grenada Airports Authority therefore urges the general public to cooperate towards ensuring the safety of aircraft operations into and out of the Maurice Bishop International Airport. The Grenada Airports Authority will be seeking the assistance of the Royal Grenada Police Force in dealing with violators of this notice. Let us all play our part in making this Easter kite flying season a safe one.
Careless or intentional bushfires, dead out. Youths, hunters, smokers, let's prevent bushfires. Here's why.
Yeah, bushfires. The shoreline's wet, crops should be bushfires. Can lead to food scarcity, threatened biodiversity, cause water shortage, water calamity. Bushfires, the watersheds deplete, water quality, threaten property, life and security. Bushfires set intentionally, water insanity.
Bushfires can cost millions in losses annually and are often caused by careless or intentional actions indictable under the law. Forests are life-giving. Save them. A message from the Fire Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force and the Caribbean Open Trade Support.
back to the mid-morning buzz. We continue to buzz with information here in the second hour. It's just gone past 11:30, moving up to midday. And again, just to let you know, those of you who are heading to Grandlands using that thoroughfare, especially around the Grenada Trade Center, the periphery there on Montrouge, that the official funeral for the late Sir Royston Hopkins, KCMG, it is officially underway, so you might observe some detours as you enter the Wall Street and that area there. So just be mindful of that, all right? But we are getting ready to bring to the theater, to bring to the stage another hero of ours, Julian Fedor, the great folks from the Heritage Theatre Company. They're doing that. And I have two of their foremost actors with us. Well, a foremost Grenadian actor, a media personality, businesswoman, just name it. She's as divine as they come. Yay! Dale Bowler. But for the purposes of this morning, we'll call her Dale Divine.
Oh, I like that.
And with her is Richard Beadle. Good morning.
That all those accolades.
I don't want to give all your accolades. I want you to remain mysterious.
Oh, yes.
I want you to remain mysterious. There's magic in mystery, you know. Yes, I want you to remain mysterious. So good morning to both of you.
Oh, good morning. Good morning to all our listeners. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yes, good morning. It's wonderful to be here.
Oh, gosh.
This is beginning to feel like home.
Really? You're always here, I know, for all purposes.
Yes, but really excited to be here to be a part of this particular production and talking about it. Good morning to all your viewers and listeners.
Yeah, we are so excited.
Oh, we are too.
We are so excited. I know you guys have been working on this for a while. All right? Robert and Sam was here last Thursday, and they kind of laid the groundwork and give us a lot of the background and all of that as to, you know, what's happening with it. We just have the 28th, 29th is the first?
28th and 29th.
20th and 29th, there you go. 28th and 29th of March, and then we also have the 4th and the 5th of April.
That's what you're all saying.
That's what we're saying for now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and then, hello.
Holiday nice.
Hey, you're going to see what happens after.
Exactly.
I know. And it's only $40 EC, you know.
Yes.
I like to say EC. It's only 40.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we spend all different currencies.
Exactly.
We trade in all different currencies.
But it truly is such an amazing production. And I've lived in Grenada now for about 10 years, a little over 10 years.
Right.
And
where are you from originally?
I was born in Jamaica.
Okay. Nice.
Moved around
we love
the Caribbean.
People from the land of
yeah, man. Respect.
Respect.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we had to. Heritage Theatre had to extend the showing of Julian Fedor. It is an amazing production and
phenomenal.
Yes,
absolutely. It is one of those. It is, for me. It has become one of the most challenging productions I've had to do. And Brenda, when you think about it, so I was just saying to Richard earlier. I've been on the stage for a little bit, and I remember doing plays with saying, why don't mommy and daddy just leave me alone? They're always in my business, right? And then we moved to, son, you need to be more responsible.
Right.
Now we're going to, I have to help Marie prepare dinner for the grandchildren. So, you get to the stage like, what happened to mommy and daddy?
I know.
I am now the mommy. But this is a unique, challenging, phenomenal play, production for stage. It's there are times when, so we're doing a French, we have to say Julian Fedor, fair enough. And Krista Riggs be like, okay, you have to be saying, so I'm saying a prayer, and I'm not French speaking. So I've just learned the prayer in French, and I'm so happy with myself and proud. I'm like, yes! And then he says, oh, by the way, there's a hymn in French.
So he keeps challenging.
Yes. But initially you think, I can never do this. This is ridiculous. I don't know any French. I barely know this in English. And then you get there. So he pushes you.
Yeah.
This play is one of those things that you think is bigger than life. It's so big. I haven't seen it happen on Grenada stage before.
Right.
So it pushes you beyond your regular limits. It is amazing. And historical play is not an easy play to do.
No.
People are accustomed to certain kinds of plays. You know, you're accustomed, you go, you laugh, you sit, you ha, and you come out.
Right.
But I think this is pertinent. And I was talking to Chris recently, and we were saying it's poetic coincidence that the 2nd of March was the anniversary of the Federal Revolution. How much is that?
Yes, 225 years.
225, yeah. So this is just perfect for this to happen.
Yeah, it is. It is timely. It's really timely.
Very timely.
It is really timely. God make no mistakes, you know.
At all.
Yeah.
God make no mistakes. You better believe that. Might sound cliche, and it's all in His hands. Timing.
Yes.
It is perfect. It's perfect. And you know, that's just a really good summary you gave, Dale, because I mean, we basically watch you grow up on the stage.
Yeah.
You know, and you know.
But I just mean all now, though.
No, it means you're still growing.
Oh, okay, growth. Growth process. Let's roll with that.
Let's think positive.
Hi, growth process.
Right. You're still growing because you just explained it. You just built for us a scenario where you are being pushed, you know, and you talk about doing it in French. And so, but it's from French we came.
We're from French we came.
Indigenous people it was, you know, French Creole people. That's when we came. So the language is in there, you know.
It is. We have to bring it out. It takes Krista Riggs to say, like, push it out.
Yeah.
And he doesn't take no for an answer. I'd be like, please, can we just say half of it in English?
No,
do it.
halves, no
but
halves.
Then there's also the belief in your ability that Krista Riggs has. Me as a person, I just feel like, wow, this brother believes in every single person. When he gives you some lines, he believes in your ability to deliver it the way it should be delivered. So we have to give that director some props.
Could you large up yourself?
Yeah.
I tell you what is amazing for me, because this will be my first time on stage in Grenada.
Right.
And I've been to a couple of shows. I've been to I saw a couple of shows the last couple of years. I saw Heritage's last production. I saw it twice. I loved it so much.
Right.
And Chris has been kind of roping me in. And he told me that he was writing this play. Right. And he knows a little bit about my background and connection to the arts and theater in Jamaica. And I'm just so I've done historical plays before. I've done full-length plays before. I've never done a historical play that was Caribbean.
Right.
We've done Caribbean versions of Western or American or British plays. I was in Calamity Jane or Sarafina. With the Jamaica
Broadway stuff.
Yeah, GMTC, Jamaica Musical Theatre Company in Jamaica, and I grew up in a household, and my father was acting for decades. Little theatre company and Ward Theatre. So I grew up going to plays and watching my dad on stage. My bigger sister became a theatre person herself, teaches drama, has her own theatre production company. So I was always in the middle there, writing and doing stuff and being in productions, but never within the context of a major production that is Caribbean. And being here in Grenada and doing this play has taught me so much about Grenada's history.
Yes.
Taught me so much about the people as I watch the characters. And I just think it's an attribute to not just acting, but we'll go back to Chris again. Almost 30 years writing plays and representing theater in Grenada. you get a sense and an undertone and almost a subconscious understanding of not just what moves people, but of the culture. And it's amazing to see the culture kind of reversed and put back in the 1700s as what it could have been back then. And it's really just phenomenal.
From whence we came.
To be in this space.
Yeah, it's this morning I was thinking it's ironic that I am actually in this play, Julien Fedon. That's what I was thinking. Julian has put me through so much stress in my life. When I remember in my history class, they said we're going on a hike to Fedor Camp.
Girl,
good.
We lose a bit.
Hello. We lose about 10 times. We slide back down the hill. We get bruised. We get scratched. We climb back up. The little lunch your mother gave you turn into oil to plow. And you come back up. You reach on top there. And then you get on top there. And you say, we were going to Fedor Camp. What didn't tell you? They left out the word site.
Yes.
So we're going to Fedor Camp. We're hiking up. We're going through all this trial and tribulation to Fedor Camp. And you get to the top there.
And she's expecting it to be glorious.
Where the camp? No, at that stage in your life, all you've just been through,
I know.
You reach up there and be like,
you're looking for the amenities.
Yes.
Where the camp there?
No, it's the word camp. Is
but they should have said site. But now I'm saying yes, Fedon, I am going to get me back for all that you put me through. So I'm going to do the best I can now.
Dale plays Fedon's mom in the play. So she gets to reprimand him.
I will reprimand Fedon for all that trial and tribulation he put me through. He put me through all his scratches and scrape and slide back down the hill and climb back up.
Well, I mean, it sounds like if he nursed the rebelliousness from you. He knows the rebelliousness from you.
No, but it's gonna be an amazing, phenomenal production, Brenda.
What did you learn as you speak about school and all of that? Because for me, I am, as a student of history, I am very intrigued. I'm still very intrigued. I mean, I remember in classes questioning Mrs. Martino in Form 3, we grilling Mrs. Martino. Mrs. Martino get tired of us. It's like, when she couldn't answer more questions, because that's what I think it was, she was like, I'm the teacher. Right? And then at A-levels, we spent a lot of time under the big tree in IFE there, trying to sort out that Fedor mystery. And then recently I was engaged in something with some folks where some other dimensions came out, and then from speaking with Robert and Sam and now you guys, you're getting other things. And even I had a conversation with Chris recently, and he was telling me, because he did a lot of research background for this thing, so he is now a Fedor connoisseur.
Oh yes.
You know, learning how to feature Dr. Curtis Jacobs and people like that. And so now I just want to know more. I want to see the play. I want to see what you guys bring to life. We didn't know anything about Fedor's mom in school.
Okay, good. Now you're going to know. I am Brigitte.
So it's just, and I think that's a following it's going to get.
Yes.
And you said something earlier about you've never been in a Caribbean. That's what it is, Neil.
Yes.
It is staged and centered in Grenada. It's the way events happen, but there is more to it.
A lot more to it.
Wouldn't it be just fantastic if you guys can adapt this and bring it to the screen?
Of course, yeah.
And then just come across the Caribbean with it, because we are losing our stories.
We are
losing who we are,
our history. Yes.
And so we need to go back into these. You know,
because a lot of children, a lot of kids can tell me about the Haitian Revolution, but they're clueless. They're not even aware that there was actually one in Grenada as well.
Yes. Since before 1979.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So it.
Interestingly, that's such a pertinent question, and I can tell you as a non-Grenadian, right, and doing this, what has been amazing is to make that linkage,
Yes,
right?
yes.
As you talk about history, and I believe, this week should in some way become eventually a national week or something that celebrates Fedan in Grenada.
Yes. Yeah.
This was such a powerful time.
Because there's the 1795, the second March,
The second
1795 Federal Rebellion,
Mm-hmm,
and then the third March is when we got Associated States.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that was a big deal as
Right,
well.
yes.
What was happening in the country at
Yep.
that time.
But,
Think of March. There were a lot of
Yeah.
things that happened in March.
Right.
March 13th. March.
But I play Stanislaus Bassoon, who is in the play. He's Fedan's second in command.
I love
And,
Stanislaus.
Interesting.
and,
So you know a lot of things.
So the
Listen,
character, I've
he
had
is
to become
funny.
immersed in this in the rebellion.
Right.
And the character Chris wrote the character to be a good friend of Julian Fedan and confidant,
Right.
but also to provide some of the comic relief from a heavy
yes.
a heavy
Subject matter.
subject matter. But I wanted to tell something I found out. Because growing up, I love history, and of course, similarly, I knew about the Haitian Revolution and so on, and we learned in Jamaica about in 1760 there was Taki's Rebellion, slave rebellion against the British, and then you guys know about Nani of the Maroons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nani and Kojo.
Right, so Nani and Kojo.
All hail Kojo.
Right. Their Maroon Wars, and the Second Maroon War was actually the same year, 1795 to 96. And what happened there was that there are 150 Maroons and 365 runaway slaves who rebelled against the British rule, and it is so similar. And it's so interesting. It was the history says that there was a simple situation. The Maroons were kind of after Nani and Kojo. They were kind of like off by themselves, be able to control themselves. But something happened between a slave and a Maroon, and they went to the British subjects. And this is so interesting to me. The British militia, the governor at the time, instead of being fair to the Maroon, thought that they were conspiring with the people who were conspiring with the rebellions in the other French territories, including Grenada. And they whipped them and locked them up, and that is what incited the second rebellion in the same year that it was happening here in Grenada with the French against the British.
It was spiraling across.
It was spiraling across the Caribbean.
When we had ours, we are known for setting.
Yes.
We are trailblazers.
Yes.
Oh yes,
We're an island of
absolutely.
many firsts. We are trailblazers, and that's it. We are really strong people, eh? I mean, right now, sometimes you look at us and you figure we sleeping. We're not sleeping.
No, we're resilient set of
You
people.
ever hear about sleeper cells? Yeah, they're dangerous. They just sleep for a while and then they rise. But I say all of this to say that in 1979, when our revolution started, I mean, many revolutions were happening around the Caribbean. They were not maybe with guns and so on, but in terms of the awareness of our people and education and sports and culture.
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, it was really revolutionized around that time. And in terms of these people, the Maroons and the indigenous people and the French Creoles or mulattoes, was called, we embody so much of their spirit.
Yep.
I mean, Jamaica just have a maroon spirit in name and nature.
Right.
It's just Jamaicans just don't settle.
Rebels with a cause.
Energy, rebel,
I was telling Dale as we were outside waiting, I just think this play is the play for the times.
Yes,
it is.
Yes.
It's just
it's long overdue.
It's long overdue.
It's long overdue.
And it is just natural that I would have ended up on stage in Grenada for the first time.
Man,
but it's important. We're bringing all the majority of the secondary schools will be bringing the students to the play. We're going to let them be a part of what's happening. I mean, this morning my son said, he's in SGU, and he said that one of the culture classes, all the students, the teachers, even doing the tickets so that everybody can go to it. So I it's raising awareness, and people are seeing, like, yes, we need to understand what is going on. Remember, because so many things have happened, and if we don't stand up, like, I think Chris is just making a major stance now.
I agree.
It's making a major stance because we are losing so much of what belonged to us, our history, our culture. So I think this is like just standing up. This is a kind of revolution and saying, yes, let us teach our people. Let us remind our people of what's going on. So guys, you can have tickets. Remember, it's only $40 EC per ticket. And where you can get tickets, in St. George's, you can get it at 3B's Shoe Store, Mitchell's Pharmacy in Grand Anse, Art and Soul Bookstore, Spiceland Mall in St. Andrews and St. John's, Gittins Healthcare Pharmacy in St. Patrick's, the Spot Restaurant in Certes.
Lovely. Roger Duncan on Facebook is saying, wishing Heritage a successful performance. Core Bank remains a full supporter of the theatre and performing arts.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Supported by Core Bank. And he said, and we are indeed happy to be the title sponsor of Heritage Theatre's Julian Fedor. Morning, Roger. Roger is quite an actor himself.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yes. I wanted to mention some of the other sponsors if we have
You do.
time.
Yes, you got like 1 minute.
Okay.
I got 6 seconds.
Arts,
you can do that.
Minister of Education, Grenada Cooperative Bank, Grenada Trade Center, Home Pride Incorporated, Spice Isle Automotives, True Blue Bay Boutique Resort, Real Value Supermarket, LL Ramdanis, Huggins, Jonas Brown and Hubbard's, Bryden and Minor, Sessons Paints, McIntyre Brothers, Agape Investment Services, GTC FM Radio, Republic Bank, PKF Grenada, Grenada General Insurance, Southern Electrical, John Hopkins Grenada, and the Big Bad Bold GBN.
Thank you.
But the outpouring of support, I think, is just indicative of the expectation of what this play will be, and it's one of the largest. It's one of the largest contingents on stage in a long time in Grenada.
And I trust that. I heard there will be some surprises on.
There's some major surprises on
indeed.
stage, and also
you just revealed yourself this morning, so
and also several members from several theatre companies have come together.
It's a collab, beautiful collab.
It truly is going to be a national event, a national theatre event that everyone must come see.
To life.
People will come on the opening night on the 28th, and they'll come back on the 29th, and they'll come back on the 4th,
and the 5th,
and then they'll want to see closing night, and then
we have to extend it.
For the
reruns. The reruns coming. I know they're coming. I know they're
going to come.
So thank you so much. I'm just looking so much forward to it.
You're most welcome.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Corona bones. Eh?
Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And of course, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Thanks for having us, Brenda.
You're most welcome. Looking forward to see you again.
Okay.
Keep being your divine self.
Hi.
Miss Dale Divine and Richard Beadle. Thank you so much for stopping by. Look forward to seeing you guys on stage. Oh, before you get on stage, if you come back again.
Okay.
All right. That's our program, everyone. Thank you so very much. Continue to enjoy the best and the rest of Thursday. I've been speaking with Miss Dale Divine, that great Grenadian actress. Her surname is Bola, but she's Dale and she's Divine. That's her stage name. Somebody else, when they hear the ad, hey, them number, Brenda, who is Dale Divine? I said, go and see. Go see who is Dale Divine.
It's me.
All right, and Mr. Richard Beadle of Heritage Theatre Company. We take a break. And not take a break. We're saying goodbye. Stay tuned. The midday edition of news is up next on radio. Bye-bye.